Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. It's Thursday, the 1st of December, and I'm going to have to handle this video very delicately because I'm going to be discussing what has transpired over the last 24 hours in the news, and it's gone worldwide, and that is the racism row. I'm going to try to be as diplomatic as I can, as gentle as I can, but as always, there is things that are happening that just don't add up. Now, I'm going to start by saying, if you haven't already heard, you must have been living under a rock if you haven't, the palace, the royal family, are under a worldwide speculation and have been accused of institutional racism by a lady from a charity who went to a domestic violence abuse event held by the Queen Consort Camilla. This lady was invited because of her charity, and yesterday morning she posted on social media verbatim the conversation between her and the Queen's, or the late Queen's, lady-in-waiting, and I have to say it was verbatim, word for word. Now, she said that she didn't want to name the lady, but unfortunately she used the initials Lady SH, so it was very obvious who this lady was. Unfortunately, it went global, and the lady has had to resign, and unfortunately that's not enough. It's now going on and on and on and on, and it's completely overshadowing William and Kate's Prince and Princess of Wales visit to Boston for the Earthshot Awards. Now, like I said, there is no part for racism in any society. I know that it happens. I know as a white person, I cannot really comment on what is or is not racist, but I am allowed an opinion. And this is exactly what I'm going to give you here is my opinion. I'm trying to be as delicate as I can because I know the nuances that this type of thing can carry, and this type of accusation and the behaviour of the individual needs to be addressed. But first and foremost, now this lady said that the lady-in-waiting, or the previous lady-in-waiting, her name is Susan Hussey, approached her and moved her hair. Under no circumstances must anybody touch anybody like that. That is my first point. It's a private space. If somebody came up to me and touched me and I didn't know them, or moved my hair or anything like that, I would be extremely uncomfortable. And I am very aware of the nuances with regards to touching people's hair. I understand that. That is completely out of order. It was invading private space. That I get. I get that she was offended by that. But there are things that are not adding up. And I'm going to tell you the facts as I see them. A lady called Ngozi Fulani, I do apologise if I haven't pronounced that right. I'm dyslexic, so words don't come easy to me, of words that I don't recognise, was invited to the event held by Camilla. And it was a reception for the elimination of violence against women. Now, as Twitter does, it has done a deep dive into this lady's previous tweets. Now, not on her own account, but her charity account, she has made some pretty vile accusations towards the royal family, one of which is accusing Camilla and Charles themselves of being domestic abusers with regards to Meghan. There were also tweets with regards to why Meghan wasn't on the balcony for the Queen's Jubilee. And I have to ask why this wasn't given due diligence, that somebody who is very, very clearly anti-monarchy was able to get so close and in the circle of the royal family. Previous tweets have called the royal family racists. Now, she took to Twitter and this is what she said. I'm not going to read it, but you can pause here and read it for yourself. Now, what I will say is that she clearly indicates Lady SH, which is Lady Susan Hussey. Now, while this lady is 83, Susan Hussey, she is very well versed in what should and shouldn't be said. But what I have to say is that I do understand that there is a loaded suggestion surrounding the question, where are you from, with regards to some ethnicities. I understand that. I get that. But this lady was dressed in a beautiful African outfit. She looked really, really traditional, and you could tell that she was very proud of her African roots. Why then did it become such a big thing when somebody pressed her, "Where are you from?" Again, I understand the nuances of that loaded question, but the lady was 83 and I'm not excusing her behaviour. She did seem to push quite aggressively, but again, I don't think that this particular lady was giving out direct answers to questions. I firmly believe that she was being evasive. Now, why would somebody do that? Why would somebody be evasive? Now, there has been another person that has spoken up, this lady, who was with her at the event, who also exactly at the same time as this lady posted on Twitter her accusations with regards to the royal family and the royal family as an institution, tweeted exactly the same thing, saying, "I was there, I saw it, I was a witness." Now, this lady is very, very close friends with Shola, who we all know is very, very anti-monarchy and very pro-Meghan. These individuals are very much pro-Meghan Markle and have all tweeted with regards to being anti-monarchy, pro-Meghan Markle, and all believe that Meghan Markle experienced institutional racism within the royal family. I do find it very weird that she was able to remember the exact words verbatim in a conversation. I can't do that. I can't do that, but maybe she has an eidetic memory. I don't know. That's by the by. But this is a very strange time for it to come out. Now, the lady has been all over the news yesterday and today, and she said that she was at the palace for 10 minutes when this encounter happened. And there is video out there that shows this lady speaking with Queen Camilla, and she looked absolutely fine. She wasn't at the edge of the room, as she expressed in her tweet. This is the tweet. She was talking with Queen Camilla, and it seemed absolutely fine. Now, if this encounter happened 10 minutes after she arrived at the event, surely then it would have been before speaking to Queen Camilla. So therefore, it's not adding up. Her behaviour is not adding up. I'm not objectifying racism. I'm not saying it's okay. What I'm saying is I don't think this is racism. I think that it could have been handled differently, but I think there's a hidden agenda here. Isn't it funny that all this is coming out the day that the Prince and Princess of Wales are landing in Boston, and this person has previously tweeted how racist the royal family has been towards Meghan Markle? Is it not a weird coincidence? Now, I'm not saying this lady didn't feel what she felt. Everybody has a right to say how they feel, but what I'm saying is that things aren't adding up. Because you can deduct that 10 minutes after she arrived, this encounter happened, but there's video evidence of her speaking to Queen Camilla, which must have been after the encounter happened. Why did she seem okay? She said that she was at the sidelines, that she felt awkward, and she just kind of sat there or stood there, interacting briefly until she could get away. She doesn't look terrified speaking to the Queen Consort at all. Please excuse my cat, she's doing the meowing thing again. So the palace took very, very swift action, and Susan Hussey has resigned. Some say she was sacked, but it was done and dusted. The fact that William had to make a statement while he was in the air flying to America is beyond comparison to me. I don't understand, without actually looking into the situation, why this has happened. Now, Ngozi is from Sister Space, and she says that it was not our wish to reveal the person involved. It is the system that needs to be revised. Yes, the person was offensive, but it serves no purpose to name and shame her. It would make us just as bad. We prefer that to be handled kindly. I disagree. You named and shamed her. You made it very clear when you put Lady SH of who you were referring to. That is not kind. Going out on social media before discussing it with the palace is not kind. I firmly believe that they knew what was going on. Now, on the 6th of December, only 5 days away, Harry and Meghan will get on stage and accept the Ripple of Hope Award for facing institutional racism within the monarchy. Isn't that a coincidence that within a week of that happening, a worldwide media hit is happening on the royal family, accusing them of being racist? And then everybody is now saying, well, see, Meghan was right. We should have believed her. I do not believe in coincidences. I do not believe that this is just because it happened. I firmly believe that this is a smear campaign against the royal family. And that is my opinion. I'm allowed an opinion. But I don't believe that the Ripple of Hope Award is happening, that the Prince and Princess of Wales are in America, and then this happens. It stinks of a smear campaign. And that's my opinion. Call me racist, I really don't give a damn. Yes, lessons can be learned, absolutely, I agree with that, but lessons on both sides need to be learned. She knew exactly what she was doing by releasing that into social media on her charity. Not her own, on her charity. When, if you actually look back last year, that charity itself posted very harmful things and allegations with regards to the royal family. Not her personal account, her company account. This has divided people who have said it's racist and the people who have said it's not racist to ask somebody where they're from. And again, I will reiterate, I understand the nuances of asking, where are you from? I do get that. But she was dressed in traditional dress and her hair was covering her name tag. Again, I do not agree with the fact that Lady Hussey touched her to move her hair and show her name tag. I understand that. That could have been dealt with differently, but I don't believe this was institutional racism. I believe it was an unfortunate event that has been blown completely out of proportion because there is another agenda. There is a hidden agenda because they are Meghan Markle fans and they are connected with Shola, and it's all to take down the monarchy at the particular time when the Prince and Princess of Wales are in the United States and Harry and Meghan are going to stand up in 5 days' time to accept an award on challenging institutional racism within the royal family. You couldn't make it up. See, now what you're doing is you're making people terrified to ask any questions. Any questions at all. People just won't converse. And I find that really, really sad. The person who tweeted that they were there and that they witnessed this firsthand, her name is Mandu Reid. Mandu Reid, I've said before, is involved with Shola. She's gone on national television, worldwide television, demanding that the royal family acknowledges institutional racism in British society. Ngozi, the lady who is from Sister Space, the lady who has accused the royal family of being racist, says that she's willing to go back into Buckingham Palace and be willing to return and oversee training there. She was also on Good Morning Britain this morning and said that it was a traumatic racist attack. Now, I personally, when I first saw this break, I thought, oh my God, that's awful. And then things started to come out about previous tweets from this charity Twitter account. Not her own account, a charity Twitter account with regards to the royal family. And only just this morning, she's been on Jeremy Vine and said that she has never tweeted about Meghan. I beg to differ. Now, if a lady can remember a conversation verbatim, word for word, surely she can remember that her charity and herself, who put her name at the end of the tweet, has tweeted on many occasions about Meghan Markle in a very critical way against the royal family. How is she claiming that she hasn't done this when it is there in black and white? Now, my opinion is she shouldn't have touched her. There is absolutely not. She shouldn't invade anybody's personal space, full stop. I can see why that would offend. I could see that. Also, the pushing of the questions, she was clearly uncomfortable. And I agree that possibly because she wasn't getting the answers she desired, that she felt that she needed to push. But again, it's a conversation starter. This lady, Susan Hussey, has been well versed in starting conversations. And a good way to start conversations are asking about the person. But I can also see that this was a totally avoidable situation. Shouldn't have been touched, and she should have dropped the questioning when she possibly saw that it was not going anywhere. But you cannot deny that there are connection within this thing that's happened that all lead back to bringing up that old race row of how the monarchy is institutionally racist. And this is reinforcing that narrative. I also suggest that Buckingham Palace look into the people that they invite to their events a little bit more and their social media presence. The individuals involved are hardcore Sussex supporters. They really, really are. You just one look on their timeline, you can see that. They hate the monarchy. So one has to ask, was this a coordinated attack to smear the royal family? Because it's worked. Massively so. The whole bloody world is talking about it. And yes, it's completely overshadowed what's going on in Boston right now. It's completely overshadowed everything. And most of the media are now saying Meghan Markle is vindicated and that this proves that there is institutional racism within the monarchy. And I think that's very shameful without looking at both sides. Not even a whimper. The only person that's really looking into this is Dan Wootton. He's the only journalist with half an integrity to actually say, something suspect here. Should we have a look into previous texts? Oh look, she's anti-monarchy and very pro-Meghan Markle. I'm not saying that this woman's feelings aren't valid. I'm not saying that one bit. I'm saying that there is an agenda behind this, especially now she's saying that it was a traumatic racist attack. Things are just not adding up, and I wish that more people would look into this a little bit deeper. So I would love to know your thoughts on this. I have ummed and ahed about doing this video. I've gone to the computer, sat down, walked away, gone to the computer, sat down, walked away. But I cannot just sit here and not address it. These are my feelings. I'm sorry if you disagree with me, but I'm allowed an opinion. And I know that I'm going to be probably flooded with lots of racial attacks myself now, but I would be a hypocrite if I didn't state my opinion. So, as always, I would love to know your thoughts.
Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.